rolling.
All right, we are on the tour bus, Pop Evil. They're playing later today on the Monster Main stage. I'm sitting with Leigh, the lead singer. He's supposed to be on vocal rest, but he saw the hat that he gave me last time we saw him.
But yeah, no vocal rest now when when Ronnie's here.
I like the sexy raspy.
He's just got that mystique.
Yeah.
Just like Antonio Banderas.
I like it.
Yeah, it's just
So you see the hat, right?
I love the hat. I gave her this hat, and it looks awesome on you to this day.
Thank you.
I love it. You look so good today.
Thank you.
Love it. Love her hat. Let's go. Yeah.
December 19th is when you guys were back in Columbus. It was at the Newport Music Hall for the Blitzmas.
It's insane, sold out, and I'm still like coming down off that buzz.
Are you kidding?
Columbus fans were just so on fire. It was pure adrenaline. Can't wait to come back.
And Leigh, you walked on the crowd again, which was amazing. Are you doing that today?
I don't know. I'm going to feel it out. I mean, it depends on this rain delay that's going on here. But you never know what's going to happen. If you don't know, you should have been here. Find out if I'm going to walk on some hands today. We're going to see.
That'll be a little bit slippery, but you won't hit the ground no matter what. You know they'll catch
me. They'll catch me. It'll be fine. Turn into a little crowd surfing or something.
What have you guys been up to since we saw you in December?
Lots. I mean, we finally got, overseas. It's been a big struggle to get the band finally over there.
Where'd you play there?
Everywhere. From Poland all the way up into Scotland. So we did the whole European route with Five Finger Death Punch, our brothers, and they were great to bring us out. It was just, if we could be out with anybody to be our first time in another country, why not Five Finger? They were great. We're so close with them. So they kind of showed us where to go to the bathroom, where not to go, and where to eat, where not to eat late night, because everything closes at 11, and we definitely eat after 11. So it was cool, man. It was great to just not only be over there playing music, but to just kind of, be able to see just the history. It just reminds you just how powerful music really is, to extend the boundaries of the big pond, to go over the pond and play music that you create for other people around the world that want to enjoy it. It's a reminder that we are working hard and there's a lot more work to be done, and people are counting on you now, and that's a responsibility that we definitely don't take lightly.
Now, is it like the coolest thing in the world to create a song and then have the crowd sing it back to you?
No, it is. It is. I mean, you can't get away with this much, because if you mess up a lyric, they'll be like, hey, you messed that lyric up. I'm like, I wrote it. I'll sing it how I want to sing it. But no, you gotta, the people, once you release a song and it becomes, popular or successful, that song means people's lives. It means people's falls, Christmases, springs, summers. It means memories, and it becomes a part of their lives. And I think about the songs that were a part of my, youth and a part of me growing up, and something. It's not even just about the band. It's about that song and that moment in time and what I was going through and overcoming. And it's important to sing the songs to be on vocal rest if you need to be, because you'd rather be drinking or partying or big party on the bus, right? No, but I think there's
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, we definitely don't do that anymore. So it's no, but it's been an interesting year about the band learning how to stay healthier on the road, and the bigger the band gets, we play longer, and there's more demand, and there's no amp on our voice, so you got to make sure that you're trying to eat healthier and to just be smarter, because the fans are counting on it, and we want to be there for the fans.
Talk to me a little bit about Torn to Pieces. I know that one's a real special song for you, and I know it gets the crowd every time. Talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
I think a funny story that people don't always know is I kind of fought in the beginning to not have a song on the record, just because it was, again, and people ask all the time, what do you play on your guitar when you go home? And I don't play any Bob Evil songs when I go home. I'm playing new stuff, or I'm writing songs that, again, as a writer, you're writing stuff that kind of helps you deal with everyday pain and frustration. And Torn to Pieces was a song that I had originally started writing in 2007, and then it all changed when Dad passed. I rewrote it all, and finally every time I'd go home off tour, I would always play it for me to kind of allow me to kind of heal internally. Played it for the guys, made the mistake, or fortunate, I played it for the guys and they just loved it, and wanted me to demo it with them when we did Onyx, and of course it became a great demo, and now it's become a big single, and now I have to play it every night. So but ironically, the fans and how people have received it, and just seeing all the just pouring of support for not only the band, but for myself personally from the fans. I mean, it's been a type of healing that I never knew existed, and I feel very, I guess, when things are working in a different, higher power, so to speak, that the song was always bigger than me. It was always bigger than the guitar, and you know, it just feels like, wow, you know, some higher power was working to let me come to peace with, you know, the pain of the loss of a parent. Just the loss of anybody is hard enough, but of a parent, especially, you know, my dad being my best friend, and in my opinion, the sole reason why I'm able to do what I do. You know, it's a chance to kind of immortalize him in a way that, you know, one last "I love you, Dad" piece. You know, forever he'll always be. When people are singing the songs when I'm dead and gone, it's a way that, you know, they can always kind of, you know, think of their loved ones as well as, you know, I can think of mine too.
Yeah.
Again, special song. I could keep. It's hard to really kind of put a precise, cool definition about it, because every time I start talking about it, my mind just wanders because I just start thinking about Dad, you know, and how awesome and how excited he'd be to be here at Rock on the Range.
Yeah.
So you know, but it's awesome to see so many people remembering their loved ones with this song, and anytime you can help, that's what's up.
And the song speaks for itself, and you can relate it to brothers you lost in war, you can relate it to family members, you can relate it to just about anything, and I think it came when it was supposed to come. You know, it wasn't, it came at the right time. That's why it took you all that time to play with it, like it, mess around with it, and then when it happened, it was like right when I needed it.
Totally right. You know, and I think you couldn't have said it any better, and you're exactly right. It's about, the thing that I love about the song now is how it's just, you don't realize being a singer or in a band how many people have lost people close to them, because you just see people having a good time all the time, and to know that you're not alone, I think, is a very refreshing and comforting thing. And the fact that it's helped that many people and you can see it daily and nightly singing the song, it's the right thing to do.
So when you were overseas, you mentioned Poland and all that. Did you have a favorite place?
Lots.
Like maybe not so much just a crowd, but a favorite city or area that you were in that you really, really loved?
A lot of them had the crowds to back it up. I mean, you know, I was afraid to go to Paris because I didn't want the crowd to let me down, because I love Paris, and it was one of the best crowds on the whole tour. Paris was just totally electric. Milan, Italy was electric. Poland was I mean, there's so many places. Germany was just, I think we did 6 or 7 shows in Germany, so it was just great to finally not only just get to rock over there with them, but to just take in the culture and how different, but also the similarities that they have to the States is what was exciting, and to share those differences, even their taste in different foods, and even their different McDonald's, different menu items. You know, you live off McDonald's sometimes, you know. I don't know, I'll just get the McChicken, I'll be alright. Chicken nugget, you know, chicken nugget. But no, it was cool, you know, just to kind of you know, live your dream, being over there. I mean, you always think when you write your songs back in your crib or in your house back in the golden era, which was when you were still a music virgin. Yeah. When you just, it'd be nice to be in a band one day and get to tour and play a show like Rock on the Range. And now here it is, but it'd be nice to go overseas and play. Yeah. And, you know, here it is. So, you know, it's definitely comes at a price and a sacrifice. And, again, man, it's just good times. Hopefully we can expand on that.
Pretty cool to get over there, play your music, and then also immerse in the different cultures and stuff. Like you said, the foods and what they drink and how their McDonald's are all different. Yeah, I mean, and the reason I say McDonald's is that's really the only thing open late at night. So it's either that or a Donner, which we call a Euro here, but they call it Donner over there. So it's if you eat a Donner at 2 a.m., you're gonna wake up with some grumble stomach. You're gonna be in Trubs. So make sure you got a nice bathroom nearby. There's no pilot or truck stop around those parts. So. When we were on our way to the bus, we were joking about, well, you know, pooping. Yeah. And it's like, no, you don't poop on a tour bus. You just don't do that. You can pee and shower and all that, but you got to go and hit a truck stop for that.
You got. We don't have the grinder toilet. That's when you know you've really made it, when you have a grinder. I think the story that I remember here with Lil Wayne had a grinder, and so anyone could just poop as much as you want on that bus. So I want to be on that bus. So I don't have to go. But we still got work to do to get the grinder.
So we're like talking about, you know, Paris, we're on the food, we're talking about
pooping.
songs that are awesome, and now we're talking about poop.
It always comes back to that.
So Leigh from Pop Evil, again, this is Rock on the Range. This is actually the 8th Rock on the Range. Second one in a row sold out, which is pretty cool.
Yes,
and you're
I think it's our 4th.
Yep.
So 4th or 5th. So I mean, they're just best show of the year, man. It's one of the best. Other than that, when we come back to Columbus, I mean, it's always, everything's sold out lately in Columbus.
I know. It's
Columbus knows how
on
to
the
rock.
damn bill.
I like hearing that.
So Onyx has been a beast ever since it came out. I mean, I remember when I first got it, it was song to song to song, and it was just better and better and better.
Right.
And it's really just got its own legs because of your writing and the performances that you add to it. I love it when you're walking on everybody's face. I can't wait.
It's just the process. I think about all the stress, and I think we had less time to do it. We had to make the biggest record of our career, and we took a lot of different risks that we weren't, not even that we weren't able to do in the past. I don't know if we were capable of it. There's one thing to be a musician, and there's another thing to be a studio musician. And the longer you do it, you get more comfortable about, working with A-list producers like Johnny K. And he was really a blessing. He really kind of just opened the doors and just let us make our record this time. Where when we did War of Angels, he was kind of instructing and teaching us how to make a real record. And now with Onyx, he let us do that. And I think the success, I like to believe, is that we were having fun for the first time, I think, in our career in the studio. I know it's only 3 records, but it was just a different kind of support system internally from us as brothers, and to being like, hey man, what kind of ideas you got, on the guitar? Let's see, okay, well, that's a great sound, but what kind of tone are we going to get out of these amps? Oh, that amp's not good enough. But being able to kind of say to someone like Johnny, nah man, I don't like that. We're the ones that have to play this for the rest of our lives, not anybody else. So I think with that mentality kind of allowed us to take risks that really paid off, because we were excited about taking those risks, and we weren't afraid to put out a song like Trenches or Deal with the Devil and Now Torn to Pieces, and hopefully it continues. I mean, we're still in the cycle with the Onyx thing, but we're looking to the future on the next record to even step it up. I mean, I think with the new guys like Chachi and Nick, it was their first time. I mean, they were real green in the studio, so now with their being veterans now and their leadership, I mean, I can't wait to see what the next album can really hold, or what's in store for the Pop Evil on the next one. So we'll see.
And that's the whole thing. It's like from Monster You Made and moving into Onyx and all that. It's the growth of the band. It's the being together a lot and being able to kind of grow together.
I mean, we're kind of guys growing up in Michigan that, sometimes we feel like turning up the amps and breaking things, and sometimes we just feel like whipping out those acoustic guitars on the Great Lakes and just getting together with some good friends and having a PBR, because we still drink PBR. Why wouldn't you? It's just it's affordable.
Yes, this tour and this interview brought to you by PBR. Thank you very much.
Thank you. If you want to bring us a case, we'll drink it. We'll drink it. But so it's just I just think it's important to be honest with your moods. I mean, some of my favorite artists are just honest. Like sometimes they want to break things, and sometimes they're just like, look, dude, I just feel like breaking out an acoustic guitar and jam. Just one guitar and a voice. I think about growing up. I think about the things that I still love, or the Stone Temple Pilots acoustic unplugged stuff on MTV. I'd still, to this day, when I heard Plush acoustic, I get the chills. I mean, you probably know what I'm saying. You get the chills to this day hearing it. But to hear Scotty's voice with one guitar, really just all you got to do build a band around it. It gets better. So it's just I think that's where the real essence and purity of rock is, how I was raised and how I grew up, and we try to instill that. But of course with Torn, instead of an acoustic arpeggio, we wanted to explore arpeggios from a more electric standpoint, and so still respecting the fan base that we built with 155 and Monster You Made, but challenging ourselves to do something a little differently. And I think as you get into future records with us, we're going to take more of those steps from a more harder aspect to say, okay, what have we done here that our live show may or may not need, and to try to, again, things you can't control, pyro and all this stage stuff that costs different monies, or different money. It's important to try to, control the variables you can, and musically we want to try to be artistic enough that we take that live show to the next level without the special effects. Right. And then if you can add all that stuff, like a fog machine, it's over. You can put one fog machine in. Yeah. So we're waiting for that one fog machine. That'd be great.
I'll get you a fog machine.
Yeah, I need it. Get a Walmart.
And a case of PBR, which, by the way,
Bring
Jim
it.
Brewer endorses. Jim Brewer, and he's going to be playing. Jim Brewer, I think, has got a band here.
Well, I guess we're not getting any PBR.
Is that right? Oh my God.
Jim's going to drink all the PBR.
Is that Jim Brewer that's performing? Is that right?
You know what? I don't even. I think you're right. I think I remember hearing that.
Yeah, I think it's Jim Brewer. Anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, who's the guy that does the AC/DC? He does all the AC/DC covers. Used to be. He did the. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah, yeah.
Is that Jim Brewer?
I think so.
The comedian, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know. He sings?
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
didn't-
think
He
he's
has
got
a band. He
and he
does.
does all the AC/DC stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. See, I didn't even. Obviously, I don't even know that.
And he
That's
did the
incredible.
Billy Goat on Saturday Night
Yeah.
Live.
Goat Boy.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Go boy.
Go Boy, that was it.
I like his movies, man. I like his movies for sure.
Now, you
Yeah.
mentioned Scott Weiland.
Yeah.
Corset or no corset for Scott Weiland?
He can do whatever he wants. I
know,
like.
right?
I personally like him in the American flag, and he's just
Yeah.
like running around with it, like streaking. I mean,
Yeah.
it's up the quad, man. I'll bring the green hat, man. Bring it. I'm down, man. I'll bring it. So I love him.
So we've got the big show today. You guys hitting the Monster Main stage.
Right.
What time I think you're hitting? Like 4:20? Is that about right?
Yeah, or 3:50 or
Is
something like that, or 3:30.
3:50.
Yeah,
Okay.
3:50, yeah.
So there's going to be something kind of special going on with your set.
Right.
You guys are going to pound it out, and then the very last song.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about what's planned. It's sort of a secret and unbeknownst
Yes.
to everyone at Rock on the Range.
Absolutely. I mean, again, I don't think we can really do what we do without appreciating and respecting. And the one thing that we're the most proud of is being from the greatest country on earth, you know, from the U.S. And we try to do as much as we can for our men and women who serve our country. And of course, again, right here in Columbus, the hometown crew right here, the Lima Company, we got the Eyes of Freedom paintings that travel the country. Again, paying tribute to the men and women who fell in 2005 over in Iraq, and it's just, again, it's just a moment when we play trenches. Obviously, it's very relatable in all kinds of ways, and it definitely, there was a military presence, you know, in the back of our minds when we were writing, and just what it would be like, we know what it's like to be away from home and our loved ones. We can only imagine to that scale, to just not only being away for their loved ones, but to have the weight of our country and knowing that we're all looking to them as our role models, like, hey, we're here with you, we got your back. And you know, to be able to just give a moment musically, I think is the right thing, especially when you're in such a strong military community right here in Columbus, to just say, hey man, like, yes, this is fun and this is great, but it's also a chance to just pay homage and pay tribute to the men and women who allow us to have this good time here. And you know, it's going to be exciting. We're super stoked. And then I don't know when you're airing this or not, but we also have, continuing to the tribute, we have a special remix version of Trenches we're going to do. It's going to be insane. We're bringing out the legendary DMC, Daryl McDaniels of Run DMC, and we're doing the remix. We've only done it one other time.
Oh my God.
And it's going to be awesome. You don't even know. DMC in the building, in the tour bus building area, in the back lounge area. Run DMC, DMC, Pop Evil, Rock on the Range, The Blitz.
Good sign off.
Vocal rest. Vocal rest. And of course, the men and women, Lima Company, the Marines, the military, all in one. You grip it like this and you harness it, and you vocal rest. Yes.
I was kind of going like that. That was just weird.
That's,
I'm sorry.
or natural.
Or
Well, depending. And
I don't
not for me.
oh,
Not, it's not.
Zeke.
This is more for me.
this is what.
Oh, it fell out. Okay, whatever. Yes.
Oh God! Did
It wasn't
you see
even
how
plugged
that
on the
just
whole time.
happened?
Wasn't even plugged.
Oh my God!
It's in there. It's in there.
Okay.
Well, the mic finished. That makes sense. I don't know if I can say that. Well, the mic had a good time. Thanks a lot. We didn't get anything in return. I guess just watch Sports Center.
It's getting hot in here. All right, me and Pop Evil hit the stage at 3:50
Yes.
this afternoon.
Yeah.
Rock on the Range number 8
Bam.
sold out.
Number 4 for us. Sold out for y'all. Columbus. Vocal rest. Yes.
Thanks, Lee.
Love it. Thank you guys so much.